Our last speaker will be Ms. Albert.
Wow, how do I follow that? Good day, Madam Chair, Ranking Member Joyce, and the rest of the distinguished members of the subcommittee. My name is Angelique Albert. I'm a member of the Confederated Salish and Kootenai Tribes of Northwest Montana. I've worked in Indian country for 25 years in various capacities. I'm honored to present testimony to you today as the Executive Director of American Indian Graduate Center. I am here today to request the continued and increased funding for the Bureau of Indian Education's Special Higher Education Program, which I call SHEP, and the Science Postgraduate Scholarship Fund, SPGSF. I'm also here to express gratitude for your continued support of these vitally important programs in the past and share with you the impacts of both. Whether you measure success of a higher education program through educational indicators, return on investment, or the lives transformed, these specific programs, have produced results second to none. Graduation rates and attainment are two educational indicators I would like to take a moment to discuss. The National Center for Educational Statistics indicates graduation rates for American Indian students pursuing bachelor's degree is 39%. Data analytics of our first 4 years of the SPGSF program show an unprecedented graduation rate of 95%. When you look at educational attainment, the Center for Native American Youth report Native students attain master's degree or higher at 2.1% compared to the general population of 9.2%. This means that a mere 2.1% of our students have the professional degrees needed to excel in industries across this nation and our tribal nations. I'm happy to tell you that the SHEP funding is responsible for funding over 1,700 PhDs and 1,300 law degrees. These are only two examples of the professional degrees funded through SHEP. This past year, AIGC had an economic impact study conducted and are pleased to report the return on investment of our scholarship programs is an impressive 16.3%. Additionally, the study shows the annual rate of return for taxpayers is a phenomenal 27.2%. I could go on about the significance of these numbers, but I will only say that the SHEP and SPGSF programs are clearly a sound investment. Investing for fiscal reasons is only one half of the story. The true impact lies in the stories and lives of the individuals and communities transformed. Alumni for the SHEP and SPGSF programs span over 500 tribes in all 50 states. They have given back through public and private sectors, with a high number returning to their tribal communities to serve their tribal nations. I'm always touched to come to D.C. to see the number of alumni who have chosen public service as their career. I was also extremely moved this year to learn that someone I admired deeply for their legacy and contributions to tribal higher education is a SHEP Fellow. In speaking to Mr. Rick Williams, he indicated he credits his service and career to receiving SHEP funding, of which he said, "That single event changed my life beyond all imagination." His legacy of serving Native students is due in part to the support of one of these programs. The SHEP and SPGSF programs provide scholarship awards ranging from $1,000 to $30,000, with the average award being $5,000. As tuition costs for graduate school at a public university average in excess of $30,000 per year, funding from these programs clearly do not eliminate the students' obligation to pay for their own education. The funding generally reduces the burden of student debt they take on in pursuit of their academic goals. AIGC has an immense amount of gratitude for the subcommittee's past support of the SHEP and SPGSF programs. I would like to respectfully request funding for the SHEP program to increase to $3.4 million and the SPGSF program to increase to $3.2 million, allowing the ability to modestly scale these programs and provide the much-needed intellectual capital for our tribal nations. Education is essential and a sound investment. Education transforms the lives of the students, but ultimately the lives of our entire community. Thank you for your thoughtful consideration.